is home to some incredible properties, including this amazing 16,000 square foot luxurious Brickell penthouse.
Hi, my name is Kevin Gray from Kevin Gray Design, and I'm the principal founder of the company, and we've been in business in South Florida for 25 years now. What's special about this project is the sheer size of the space. We had so much space to work with, and we had to compartmentalize the areas in which we're living, entertaining, and private.
We check out some of the features that make this home so special on today's SoFlo Home Project. Welcome to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra. Some of us like the spaciousness of a large home, and others like the amenity of a condo. This penthouse combines the best of both worlds and so much more. This 16,000 square foot condo has 7 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms, 2 powder rooms, and a cool shower room. It is considered one of the largest condos in South Florida. Some of the best features are the large terraces and the heated pool. Kevin, welcome to SoFlo Home Project.
Thank you, my dear. It's good to see you again.
Yeah, it's great to have you back. We love touring your projects, and today's condo is a very large space, 16,000 square feet, correct?
Can't make it up, yes.
Now, you have done a bit of a refresh through the space with the clients, and we're here in the living room,
right.
So I figured a good place to start. This is the first space you see once you walk in through the foyer.
The apartment was originally onyx, and it was red onyx and yellow onyx. Walls were Venetian plaster in yellow, and we lived that way for a while, and then we did the new takeaway. We did the floors in white marble, which pops the light throughout the apartment. The furniture was more muted tones. We did the chairs a little off the wall with some, black and white leopard.
I love the animal prints. Sort of kind of true to your style as you mix the patterns.
Yeah.
And I love that. And I think, is there any tips you have for mixing patterns?
What I do is I take a pattern which is a little overscale or strong, and then I mix it with the muted color, which is, the celadon green, the white marbles. Then I do it with the damask pattern of the pillows, which pops it, and then a zebra wood console I had made the whole length of the sofa because that's where it looks best. So I try to bring in the woods to warm up the room as well, because it is glass and it's a lot of white and it's marble.
So bringing in more than one tone of wood, sometimes a great way to warm up a space.
And even the weave of the patterns warms up so well.
So you kind of played a little with the textures as well. Kevin, so in this space behind you is this amazing staircase, and I love that. I mean, it's framed out by the views of the city. And how did you kind of take on this area? Is there any advice you would give on creating zones?
When you have a large space, you almost have to give designated areas to seat. So this is the seating area, which overlooks Key Biscayne. Then you have the center area, which is the gallery, where we have the table and the chandelier. And then on the very end is the staircase, the grand staircase, which goes to the upper level. So there's basically 3 zones. Otherwise, it becomes overpowering and there's no intimate place to sit in the room.
No, that's really great advice. And I've also noticed you've used a lot of more low-profile furnishings.
Yeah.
What was the intent of that?
Well, the lowness sort of, on one hand, makes it more intimate when you're sitting down, and then it also accentuates the ceiling heights as well.
And of course, it doesn't obscure the beautiful views. So it's like you don't want to cover any of that up. There's so much to see in here. And now, I just want to talk about the coffee table because I can't ignore the cool tabletop decor. What have we got here?
Well, the clients, she lived in Paris. She worked part-time for the French military. That is a testing missile, which she finally imported after 10 years of negotiations back to the States. The coffee table is a Chinese opium bed, and it's just a mix of her travels and a mix of her life.
So sometimes the home really can tell your story.
It makes a room, actually.
It really does, and it makes a home.
Yeah, it makes a home.
Coming up on SoFlo Home Project, creating design continuity with the use of fabrics and textures.
I'm Tacronauta with FHIA, and we're going to look at why this homeowner decided to get rid of the old shutters and change out their double French doors with great new hurricane protection on today's SoFlo Home Project.
choose the right tile for your home? There are so many options out there, and we're here at Casa Linda Tile and Marble today to get a little help from the experts. So I'm joined by Nick Valderrama, the showroom manager at Casa Linda Tile. And Nick, we have seen a lot of tile here, but it goes on and on. How do you help customers narrow it down and choose the right tile for their home?
Well, it all comes down to the customer's unique vision and personal style. For example, we can start off here with the 24 by 48 porcelain tiles, which basically are considered to be the larger size formats. Now, if your bathroom isn't as big or don't have as much space, you can go ahead and put something like these 12 by 36.
Very nice size.
Yeah, and this is a lot more practical, and these are unique because unlike the 24 by 48, this is what we call a three-dimensional ceramic tile. So porcelain is great and highly durable in strength and very practical, but ceramic is a slighter, softer clay that allows you to make these three-dimensional features. Again, something that if you were to put this on a wall or a kitchen backsplash, it gives you a three-dimensional effect that it gives you a design like if it's popping out.
Absolutely beautiful. Nick, so we are now seeing as a trend tile in non-traditional areas of the home as well, and I feel like this behind us is a great example.
Yeah, this is what is supposed to be a master bedroom. So what they did here is where you have your bed, you put something such as a concrete porcelain tile on the walls. Rather than having, just a simple basic paint color, you got something that looks very natural and authentic, something that you can clean with any type of cleaning product. You don't have to worry about anything happening to the surface, color, or anything.
We're here with the owner, Steve Mussolino. Steve, so we've got something pretty cool behind us that I really want to share with viewers. So why don't you tell us what this is?
This is one of the newest sizes. It's actually a porcelain slab. It's 48 by 96 inches, and it makes for a great background or living room walls, backsplashes in your kitchen. In essence, a seamless installation, even for your bathroom walls, but the applications are growing to have more and more uses, including here. As you can see, it's even book matched behind a living room, giving you that feel of a real authentic marble.
Steve, so most importantly, how do viewers find Casa Linda or contact you?
Well, we've been here in the same location for 35 years, but of course we do have a website, casalindatile.com. But honestly, in my opinion, the best way to see us or to view our products is in person. You're going to be able to see it in the correct lighting, be able to touch the surface, and most importantly, the service that we can offer and the design team that we have can help you make your decisions. So when you're ready for tile or marble for your home, come see us here at Casa Linda.
Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra, and we're here with interior designer Kevin Gray from Kevin Gray Design, checking out a luxurious and magnificent Brickell penthouse condo. Kevin, before the break, we talked about how you worked with your client's art collection and then made the space plan really work in this grand living room. But now right off the living room, we're in the formal dining room.
Yes.
But in here, you did something a little different, working with existing furnishings.
Yes, this was existing. This is a heirloom from the family. It's over 250 years old. I sort of twisted the upholstery to sort of the bright yellow damask to work off the white floors and the consoles, which have the yellow hues in it.
What you did here was just enhancing it to really work with everything else.
Just to bring it up to the modern day a bit.
Yes, I love that, because I think sometimes when you have more traditional pieces of furnishings and just modernizing it to give a really cool and eclectic blend to the whole decor.
Yeah, I think blending, that's a good word, and I think also just to ground the room as well.
And you went with more of a very clean frame on the mirrors.
Yeah. Well, since we had the woods here, I kept the frames completely all silver. I didn't want to draw attention to them, and I gave a little bevel around the edge just to give it that little cut crystal look to it, which made the room more elegant in a way.
Absolutely, and I think that's also a great opportunity here when you're mixing different wood finishes, then to go with the metallic option to tie it all together. Kind of adds that one extra item if you don't necessarily want to bring in more wood.
Yeah, so that was my intent, and they sort of disappear, and then at night they just glisten. And it also balances it too. At the end of the day, balancing is also a big step as well.
Yes, and we're going to talk more about scale, balance, symmetry in a room, but first, let's see what Zach Renata from FHIA has for us today.
I'm Tackernauta with FHIA, and today we're at an installation for new French doors. When we originally met with this homeowner, we went back and forth. They had originally had French doors. We talked a little bit about do they want to change the sliding glass doors or keep it French doors. Ultimately, we made the decision to stick with double French doors. Another concern for the family was not only protection from a hurricane, but also from the fear of anyone trying to break into the home. So with the great product they chose, it's not only going to protect them from the hurricane season, but it's also going to make it extremely difficult for anyone to get into the home. And they're going to feel a lot safer and a lot more secure in the space. So I'm going to get out of the way, let the installation team in here, and I know it's going to make a big difference, and they're going to love their decision. So I just got in the way of the installation team. They're doing a really good job and they're just about finishing up, but I really wanted to take a look at how we protected the area. We talked a lot about it over the last several years, and it's always been for cleanliness, but now more than ever, it's imperative that we have that vinyl zip wall up just because we want to make sure everyone's safe while we're here working. Another big reason why the homeowner chose this particular door was the added security that it had of the multi-point locking system. So when it's locked, they really feel safe and secure, where you have the pins here and throughout the construction of the frame. So it's another great feature of the door, as well as the hurricane impact glass and the energy efficiency. It's always great meeting back up with homeowners that we had done work for previously, and they ask us to come back out to finish off the project. Today we finished out the home with 2 sets of double French doors from PGT. It was the last thing needed to make sure this home was perfectly secure for the hurricane season, and they also are going to benefit from the energy efficiency, already seeing a difference in how much more comfortable that back bedroom is. So they love how everything turned out, and they're going to be really safe for this hurricane season. Back to you, Alena.
Thanks, Tat. So Kevin, we talked a lot about the way you bought in some more modernized pieces to sort of balance out and give a really great blend of the decor. But I want to point out a couple quick things too. So because there's such a beautiful view, window treatments, no heavy drapery when there's a view.
We didn't actually do one window treatment here because the view is so breathtaking, and at night the room with the candelabras and the mirrors make it more intimate.
So kind of keeping the focus on what's outside.
What's outside,
and then of course what's on the walls with the artwork. But let's talk about accessories.
Okay. So here we worked with the client's heirlooms. This is a Scottish inkwell, several hundred years old. The Georgian candlesticks that her great-grandparents had. The carved monkey candlesticks, which I love, she found those in France. So I tried to bring the comical in and the traditional.
And that's a nice way to do it. And then I love the symmetry. So let's talk about symmetry. Is there any
like
rules?
balance and I like symmetry. I mean, I'm from the old school still. I still like a mirror above a console. I like pairs of candelabras. I like pairs of candlesticks.
So everything here is like a nice sort of a mirror image, with the exception of the well-placed art piece there.
Yeah.
Coming up next, a grand home in the sky must have a heavenly kitchen. It's never too early to start thinking about preparing your home and keeping it safe for hurricane season, and we're here today with Y-Green to find out how they can assist with that and make it affordable. Deb, welcome to SoFlo Home Project. Great to have you here today.
Hi, thanks for having me again.
Now, how is Y-Green able to help homeowners with various projects?
So Y-Green provides access to affordable home improvement financing for energy efficiency, renewable energy, and of course, hurricane protection improvements. The difference between Y-Green and traditional financing or other traditional forms of home improvement financing is that the approval is based on the home equity. So it's not credit score based, and it's actually paid with property taxes.
So Deb, speaking of hurricanes, hurricane season began on June 1st, and that has a lot of homeowners thinking about preparing their homes. How does Y-Green assist with various projects preparing the home, and is it too late to start?
No, it's actually never too late to start preparing for the storms. And as you mentioned, it is June 1st. So we got to get ready, obviously, to make the home safer. We have eligible improvements on the hurricane side that include the hurricane impact windows and doors, the roofing, and even your standby generators. So there are quite a few improvements you can do. Yes, so making some of these hurricane improvements, we have seen may actually help insurance premiums go down. And in some cases, even have the homeowner be able to keep the insurance premiums. Of course, we always encourage homeowners to check with their insurance providers, but we have absolutely seen that can happen.
So Deb, how easy is it for homeowners to contact Y-Green?
Yes, they can reach us at 866-IMAGINE or visit us at ygreen.com, and that's Y-Green, energy spelled backwards.
Well, easy to remember, easy to contact, and thanks again for spending so much time with us today, sharing some great advice to homeowners.
Thank you for having me again.
Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra, and we're continuing our tour of this gorgeous penthouse with interior designer Kevin Gray of Kevin Gray Design. Kevin, this has been so informative and so great so far to tour this place. And now we're in the heart of the home, the kitchen.
The kitchen. We basically kept the existing kitchen. There's no reason to throw anything away anymore.
So you kept the boxes of the cabinetry.
We kept the boxes, we kept the island, and we just refaced the surfaces. It just works perfect. We kept the appliances. We just tweaked the fronts and the countertop.
So when you talk about tweaking the fronts, new doors, keeping the box.
New doors, yeah. And then, of course, the lighting we had originally, that was Castiglione, which is a fantastic designer from Italy. Dates back to the 70s, and it's current today.
I love the two-tone of the countertops. So how you did the gray and then here you accented with the white.
Yeah, just to balance it, because the surround has the gray counters, which the sort of the gray-green backsplashes, and the island is white. So that sort of sets the theme for also the light fixture, which is above.
And then there's also, I see a wine refrigerator. You've got a butler's pantry right off of the kitchen as well.
Which leads back to the formal dining room.
And what's so nice about this too, and that I love, is we've seen so many open floor plan kitchens, which are nice, but I love that this is separate from the rest of the main living area.
Yeah.
It really kind of creates this, it's still so spacious and grand, and of course we have the beautiful views, but it's nice to have it sort of more sectioned off, and we're seeing a return to that trend.
Yeah, I think it's more intimate to have your kitchen concealed. You have the large doors you can open if you want to open it a bit, but it's better than an open kitchen into the living room or the dining room.
Absolutely. Kevin, I think it would be great to talk a little bit about butler's pantries. It's not something we see in every kitchen we tour, and I love them and the function that they serve and sort of servicing other areas, the dining space. Talk to us about how that works here.
Well, actually, we were fortunate to have the butler's pantry because it's where you can keep your formal crystal, where you can keep all the silver which you don't use every day, the goblets, the platters. So there's a very large area, and that services the formal dining room, and for entertaining it's really a plus.
Absolutely. I think that adds a plus to any home to have that. This was great. I loved learning about what you did to this kitchen. It is gorgeous and timeless.
Thank you so much.
Next on SoFlo Home Project, you don't want to miss everyone's favorite space in this two-story penthouse. Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra, and we're continuing our tour of this magnificent Brickell penthouse with interior designer Kevin Gray. Kevin, we've seen just a few of the beautiful rooms in here, but I think where we are at right now is truly one of the best spots in the entire house.
This is where they held their functions, their benefits, and it was a place to congregate and to be together.
And so this truly is, it's a room built for entertaining, and what's so cool is off of both sides you have terrace access. You know, what I love about this space is it feels very relaxing. Not only because, again, all this light is coming in and it's just so pretty to look out, but you use furnishings with natural textures. Even the flooring in here, it has a very natural feel. So what are some tips on kind of creating that relaxing environment?
Well, I wanted this to be sort of like the bungalow in the sky, and I tried to bring nature in here, so I used the big, large weave of the rattan by the late John Hutton, who was a fabulous furniture designer. So these pieces are now vintage, but they were new when we bought them. And the banquette I also did in a woven raffia to carry the theme over there. The pillow fabrics are woven in a coral cotton, and I just wanted that to reminiscent of the ocean and the corals. So I tried to bring the room together, and then, as always, there's always the finds from the client. So there's 2 Moroccan chests in the room.
I feel like you really complete your clients' spaces with those personal touches from their own collections and travels and journeys in life. And I think that really, it puts that personalized stamp on it.
Yeah.
But aside from that, it still feels like a very open and enjoyable, entertaining area.
Yeah.
I think creating that perfect entertaining space is not just about making it be spacious and functional, but also to a bit relaxing.
Yes.
People want to be able to unwind, kick back, and enjoy the space as well.
I'm glad you brought that up because this is a place to relax. All the fibers, all the fabrics are indoor, outdoor, even though you would never guess it. But it's really a weave that looks like a terry cloth, cotton, but it's indoor, outdoor.
And so that's another good point about when you are making an entertaining space, you want it to be livable stuff
Yeah.
that if someone wanted to move something in from the
Right.
outdoors in or vice versa, that can easily be done because you have the right fabrics.
Right, and you don't want to scold a guest when he spills his red wine or his coffee on the sofa.
Yeah, forgiving fabrics. It's all about forgiving fabrics
go.
in entertaining spaces. So
Yeah.
take that tip because that's a good one.
Yeah.
And Kevin, this really truly has been a pleasure. I mean, first of all, getting a peek inside one of the largest penthouse condos here in Miami. I mean, at almost 16,000 square feet. Wow, we just saw a little bit of it,
Right.
but you showed us all the key areas and gave us
Right.
some great design tips. So
I'm
thank
so
you.
happy.
Thanks for sharing
My
your
pleasure.
client's beautiful home and your beautiful work with our viewers.
Great.
And now let's take a peek at what design inspiration we have for you next week on SoFlo Home Project. Not sure where to begin when it comes to home automation? We get expert advice on turning your house into a smart home that works for you. And before we go, let's check in with Hunter Frankie, the host of SoFlo Health, and see what he has going on tomorrow. Hunter, what's up?
Hey there, Alena. No, this isn't my latest dance move. It's actually electromagnetic waves going through my body, helping it heal itself, which I think is actually really cool. And you'll learn more about it tomorrow on SoFlo Health.
Plus, we'll show you how the Tri-Rail is making your summer travels easier. We'll talk about why doggy dental care is so important for you and your dog. We'll do some healthy shopping in the meat and fish department, and we'll show you how this resort and spa is creating the perfect staycation for the whole family.
You'll have to just watch tomorrow right here on Local 10 at 12:30 for SoFlo Health. Now, how do I turn this off?
Thanks, Hunter. We'll definitely be watching, and to our viewers at home, thanks for joining us this week. And we hope to see you again next week for another episode of SoFlo Home Project right here on Local 10. And remember, there's no place like SoFlo Home. SoFlo Home Project would like to wish all dads out there a happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, Dad. If you missed any part of this home tour, or if you're looking for more design inspiration, make sure to check out all episodes online at SoFloHomeProject.com. And don't forget to follow us on social media on Facebook and Instagram.